Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 6th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. You have this submission card and this innovation card showing up here. That submission card, this is your current general energies, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but the submission card, I'll show you in a minute. It's kind of like the Eight of Swords. You know, there's like a bird that's stuck in a cage, but the cage door is open. So I feel you need to set yourself free. The interesting thing as well is that kind of like the solution to the Eight of Swords would be innovation. You know, she is only thinking of one way to get out of something when there are many ways, you know, and again, literally the Eight of Swords represents thinking only thinking about one way to do something when there are many ways to do something. So, you know, I definitely get that energy for you here, Cancer. But you have the, sure, we'll take both of these. They're both you, by the way, Queen of Cups and the Chariot. So that's funny. But you have the Five of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Empress. You know, you could be experiencing some conflict. Again, I don't necessarily like getting the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands together in a reading. You know, to me, that could represent conflict, competition, some sort of disappointment or challenge, you know, so many different things. But, you know, the thing is that you have the Empress here. So, and, you know, the other thing that's weird is you have this Toil and Labor card right here, and you have this High Honor card as well. And I was putting those cards down, and I was getting like rags to riches. Those were the words that are popping into my head. I'm not saying that you're going from rags to riches, but, you know, I'm just saying what popped into my head when I put those two down. And so, you know, I'm wondering if there's going to be some sort of turnaround for you or if you're having a breakthrough. I'm not 100% confident saying that this is a breakthrough reading, but I do kind of get that vibe here, mostly because of the cards that you have. You know, especially at the end, the last row is going to represent the area, the good stuff. And you have the Moon and the Four of Wands. Especially the Four of Wands is a card of crossing a finish line, like completing one stage of your life or one thing in your life and, you know, crossing over to a celebration. But it's not like you're finished, you know, you finish one thing and then move on to the next stage of your life. You're still going forward, right? So sometimes I feel that the Four of Wands can represent a breakthrough because, you know, again, that's not like 100% accurate tarot, but I read intuitively anyway. And, you know, to me, it's that the breakthrough of crossing the finish line, like, and then knowing what your next steps are. I hope that makes sense. But the Empress here definitely, I feel, is putting you in a good position. I feel like there's a lot of abundance that you could be creating. The reason I say that you're creating it is we go up to the Magician. So, and it's funny, he's pointing towards the King of Cups. So, you know, if you've been hoping to manifest love, Cancer, or if you've been trying to manifest a specific person, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, divine counterparts, and literally the Magician is like, yes, you can manifest this person right here. So, you know, again, if you are interested in a person, there you go. Could be, you have fire, water, you have earth here. Literally could be any sign. So, there you go. The Five of Cups, to me, is a card of gratitude. I really do feel we all, like pretty much everyone needs to focus on the bright side of life at this time. You know, again, there's like going to be plenty of bad stuff and chaos in the world to focus on over the next like 10 years. So, you know, I tell everybody to focus on what they can build, focus on building something positive in the world, focus on, you know, doing something positive in the world instead of constantly focusing on the negative. It just doesn't help, right? So, you know, again, to me, tarot is about solutions. You know, people always accuse me of being too positive, but I'm like, I don't look at tarot as positive or negative. You know, to me, the Five of Cups, the solution is to be grateful for what you have and to look on the bright side of life, because then you get this bridge and this castle over here. So, you know, again, I think that some people look at tarot as being more predictive than it actually is. To me, tarot is just loose guidance at best. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. I kind of feel that you need to go towards competition here because you have the Chariot. Chariot is a victory. It is winning. It is like overcoming some sort of, you know, competition or something like that. You know, he's leaving the city behind him so that he can set himself apart, so that he can be unique or different in some way. So, you know, I kind of feel that is saying that you need to, you know, don't be afraid to set yourself apart. Don't be afraid to be unique. Don't be afraid to, you know, face competition or whatever. There could be competition for a person as well that you're interested in. And so, you know, I don't know. But I kind of feel like you are clearly manifesting this person here. With the Five of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Yes, see, you know, look at this. Four of Wands over here. We already have repeating cards. You know, repeating cards to me are basically the universe saying I meant what I said. And it's crazy that in this first row, I was talking about the Four of Wands representing a breakthrough over here, and then you have the Four of Wands over here. So that might be my competition or my confirmation that this is kind of like a breakthrough reading. With the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Yes, I'm totally calling you out here. You're interested in a person here, Cancer, and I feel like there could be competition for this person. They could be very attractive, or they could be very successful. King of Wands doesn't have to be a fire sign, but, King of Wands type people are usually entrepreneurial. Even if they're not an entrepreneur, they usually are very, effective, meaning they say something, they do it, right? There's no kind of waffling back and forth or anything like that. They're like a person of their word. We're talking about, of course, the high vibration version of the King of Wands. So again, you could be attracting someone who's like very, that's popping into my head here, very direct, very effective. I feel like they say things, they do it, no matter what. I feel like they surprise people, probably, because of what they're able to accomplish. It's like that type of person. And again, that could be why you're nervous or whatever's going on here. With the Empress, you have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, a victory here. But clearly it's saying that there needs to be communication. So again, if you're interested in a person, I feel like there needs to be communication going in this direction. I also feel that some of you could be letting go of something. Ace of Swords can represent a sacrifice, but usually we sacrifice one thing so that we can have something better with the Ace of Swords. There's like a palm frond on one side. Palm fronds in the tarot, they can represent a sacrifice. They represent being a survivor. Palm trees live in the desert. They don't need water. So they kind of represent like being a survivor, if that makes sense. But they can also represent, cutting one thing out so you can have something better, and with the Ace of Swords. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Imagine card and this Thinker card. I really feel that you are thinking about leveling your life up in some way. This Imagine card is, I really like this card. You can see, it's kind of hard to see actually, but she has a string tied around the moon. And she is like trying to bring the moon down to earth. And the Thinker card, she's thinking. So I kind of feel that you are thinking about manifesting something on earth, clearly with the Magician. Doesn't have to be love either. I'm just using love, looks like love, but again, not all of you obviously want love, so it could be anything. Again, you could be trying to upgrade your life. I was getting rags to riches or something like that popping into my head. So, but I don't really feel that. I'm not saying you're like living in rags, I'm saying that some of you could be, going from like one level to another, or you could be leveling up your finances as well. And this is something that you've been thinking about. I don't really feel there's anything unexpected, but what I would say is that you have the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Hierophant is a bridge between the heavens and the earth. He literally, he communicates with both sides. He can bring a dream, that moon, down to the ground. He can bring it down to earth, right? So I feel maybe there's nothing really unexpected here necessarily, but I think what is kind of maybe a little bit more just slightly surprising. Again, I don't think you're totally surprised by this when it happens in the future if I put myself in your shoes, but I kind of feel that your ability to manifest something very quickly might just be a little bit surprising for you here. Excuse me. It clearly could be marriage. We go to the Chariot, to the Four of Wands. So again, if you're interested in a person, this person definitely could lead to marriage, and probably pretty quickly. I also feel that that's what could be surprising you, is that again, that a person that you're interested in is actually interested in you, and it's probably this King of Wands type person. Again, I feel like they're very bold, assertive. Probably they are very visionary as well. So, there you go. I also feel that you should be embracing these energies, though, Cancer. Like, I feel like you need to be bold, assertive, visionary, and I think you are. Like, the Magician really tells me that you're kind of like manifesting futuristic ideas. And, I would keep doing that, because you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So I look at the Eight of Pentacles as doing work and then, making money or getting paid for it in the future. And yeah, that's what I feel with Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you could be, making money in the future because of like the work that you're doing or whatever you're doing. And with the Hierophant here, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups could be a soulmate. So, I definitely feel that there could be a soulmate coming in for you with the Six of Cups. But again, the Six of Cups is kind of a breakthrough card to me. I always say that the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is obstacles being removed from our path. Meaning, we could be moving in a direction or trying to accomplish something, and then the obstacles get removed. With the King of Wands, are you kidding? Do I need to say more? Probably not. Lovers. Clearly, it's this person. Like, there you go. So, I would definitely move towards a person if you're interested. And are you kidding? With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Yeah, it could be a Taurus, by the way, that you're attracting, or it could be any sign, like I said, but Taurus definitely stands out. Again, I knew when I said it on the Four of Wands that there would be a lot of repeating cards in your reading. And it just strikes me as one of those readings, where the universe really is just saying kind of like one thing, or, maybe a couple of things. And so, I feel like you have your eye on a person. I almost feel like this is you watching a person with the Page of Swords here. It could be someone you work with, or, someone in your social circle. I feel like I've said this to you before. It could also just be someone you know of or whatever, but I really feel that this person will put in the work. I personally like the Eight of Pentacles for love as well. To me, it represents like two people who really put in the work. And funny enough, next in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this High Honor card and this Toil and Labor card. I do feel like you'll be working hard over the next few months, but again, the thing that I like about it is that, number one, you have the Eight of Pentacles in this reading. Hard work is always worth it with the Eight of Pentacles, and you have this High Honor card. So, again, if you're working towards something, a project, a business, it's totally going to be worth it. I also feel, I was getting something about rags to riches as well. But I'm wondering if you're attracting a person where it's like maybe your last person was like rags and your new person is riches, if that makes sense. So, again, you could be attracting a person who gets high honor. Again, high vibration version of the King of Wands definitely gets high honor, is definitely a person of honor as well. So, again, maybe your past person was just a bunch of work and now you're attracting a real one here, Cancer, if you're looking for love. But I also kind of feel this is you. Like I said, I feel like there could be honor coming in for you. The reason I say this as well is the Magician. The Magician is a card of reinvention, so you could be reinventing the way that you work or the way, just your approach to the world in general. And, so again, if you're making these types of changes, like your approach to people or situations in your life, then it kind of makes sense that you could be getting a lot of attention with the Magician, or, you could be kind of using your skills wisely, and this is the thing that is giving you high honor, or is giving you high honors in life in general. So I kind of feel that there. Next, you have the Queen of Cups and the Chariot. Definitely a victory coming in for you here. So, again, if you're looking for a victory, I feel like there could be a big victory coming in here. I feel like there could be a lot of success, and it would be a personal victory. Both cards represent you. The Queen of Cups would really tell me that you're following your heart. So the victory that's coming in is probably coming in from following your heart or following your inner guidance, whatever you want to call it. I also feel that you're really taking control of your life with that Chariot. I don't want to say that I feel like you're running out of time. Like, again, if I put myself in your shoes, which is how I read in the first place, it just feels to me like you're saying to yourself that you don't want to waste time. But again, I don't think to me, it can be, really a toxic way of thinking. If you're thinking like, oh, I'm out of time, then you're just like hating on yourself. So I definitely don't encourage that. But I do, if you feel like, hey, like, I better get moving, and then you do get moving, and then you do take action, then that's perfectly acceptable. And I kind of feel that here, where it's like you're saying, I'm just not going to wait around any longer. I'm going to, kind of live life on purpose, as they say. You have the Page of Swords. Again, either you or a person, or you're both spying on each other. Take it how it resonates. But someone's watching someone here. And I feel there could be a lot of attention coming in for you as far as love is concerned. Or just like people who want to give you attention is kind of what I'm getting on the Page of Swords. And I would go for it, especially if you have your eye on a person. I definitely feel this person would be interested in you, clearly. This looks like a very solid connection, again, if you are looking for love. So, there you go. Let's see. With the Magician, you have the Nine of Swords. I feel like you're fearing repeating something. Everybody has this fear right now, I believe, because of the eclipses that we just had. Those eclipses, I think, kind of are bringing up some of those fears of the past. So I would let your fears go for sure. With the Chariot and the Queen of Cups, you have the Hermit. Definitely could be an Earth sign. With the Hermit, could be a Virgo. It could be any sign, like I said, or it could be a person who has a lot of Earth in their chart or something. But I also feel that the Hermit says you've been through like a difficult time in your life, and now you're coming out on top. He has been through a dark night of the soul. Now he's standing at the top of the mountain, and he's shining his inner light. So, I feel like you've been through something difficult, and now you're coming out on top is kind of what I'm getting here. Let's see. With the Page of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Definitely a celebration. This kind of strikes me as like a like a past life connection or something like that. I am getting the word reunion here, but I don't really feel it's a past person. I feel that it's a new person, but, it could be like a past life connection, or, I don't know, there's something going on here, Cancer. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have so here you go. You have the Soul Tribe card. It says you're attracting your soul tribe who will support you. Spend more time with people who lift you up, not drag you down. Yes, I think that your environment is 10,000 times more important right now than it ever has been. I say this to everyone. For whatever reason, I feel like it's always been important to make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. But I think at this time right now, it is extra critical that we super pay attention to the people, the places, the things, the environments that we get ourselves into, just because I think the consequences are happening much faster. So if you're hanging with the wrong people, I'm not saying bad things will happen, but, bad things could happen. If you're in a bad environment, then, maybe you're not going to find success. So again, I would just be paying attention to those things, although it's coming up in the good stuff. So, I feel like it's good. You have this card that says, be willing to let go of everything you have, when everything you once thought to be true. Yeah, when you do this, you just open up to all the opportunities and possibilities that exist. So there you go. You have the Moon, the King of Cups, and the Four of Wands. I do feel there could be a King of Cups type person who is coming into your life. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be a water sign that's coming in for you here. Again, water, fire, you basically everything. So who cares? I feel like it's someone who's just very tapped in emotionally. Someone who's willing to share their emotions, all that other stuff. Funny enough, I'm also getting moving here. I have a couple of cards in the tarot that I personally consider clue cards, and I only say it if I feel it. And the King of Cups to me is a card of the home. And again, not accurate tarot, just my own crazy system. But again, I am feeling that here, that some of you could be moving, or you're planning on moving, like next spring is popping into my head. So if you're planning on moving, I think that would be a very good idea for you. Again, you have the Moon here. I think this goes along with that card that says you will be letting go of everything you once thought to be true. The Moon is stepping into mystery, and I think we are in a time where every single person needs to embrace mystery. Meaning, if you don't know about something, learn about it, because there could be a lot of success or growth or abundance in learning about things that you don't really know about, or learning about things that kind of intrigue you, that kind of capture your attention. I would be following those threads right now, because, it could make you successful. You just never know what opportunities could come up by paying attention to like random things that's kind of, you're like, that's interesting. Just look into it, whatever it is. You have the Four Wands here. Again, clearly could be marriage coming in for you in the near future. Excuse me. So this could be a new person that you will be marrying. Let's see. Maybe not right now, obviously, but in the future. With the Moon card, you have the Empress. Are you kidding? It's kind of weird. I almost feel that it's like two Empresses that are getting together here. I'm not saying I think there will be maybe the masculine, feminine, kind of polarity here. It doesn't matter if same sex, whatever. But it's kind of like two Empresses. It's almost like the two of you together are what creates a bunch of abundance. That's what's popping into my head. With the King of Cups, definitely could be a Pisces as well. You have the Moon twice now. You have the King of Cups, all the Cups cards. So there you go. I would also say, for those of you that are trying to manifest some sort of crazy dream, then I would definitely go try to accomplish some sort of crazy dream. Just like that Imagine card, the Moon card to me does not say stop. It says you're dreaming of something. You need to bring it down to earth. With the Four Wands, you have the Four Cups. I like this Four Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot, and you can see these three cups are pouring into one cup. So it kind of represents attracting a person who really kind of gives to you, attracting a person who really wants to, invest in the situation with you, or, whatever the case may be. So let's see what's going on here. This is already very good, is what I'm going to say to you. So you have this February card. It says stepping into a new experience. So again, something, I kind of get the feeling in this reading, I think I said this earlier, that something is going to manifest faster than you think. So, again, by the time we get to February, maybe you think that, something won't work for 6 months, but really in February, something manifests very quickly. So, there you go. You have this needle and thread. It says a sincere wish will be granted. So love it. You have this V card. It says victory in some endeavor. You are headed towards a major victory here, even if you don't feel like it here, Cancer, especially if you're setting yourself apart with that, with the Chariot there. If you're kind of like focusing on the right things and focusing on your environment, it's like you can't go wrong. You have this older woman card. It says dealings with relationships with an older woman. I always clarify these. And you have this gong. It says an exciting event. So There could be an exciting event with an older person in your life. For some reason, I thought you had the King of Swords here. Am I making that up? Yeah, I am making that up. So never mind. But they're definitely. I'm getting something here about like advice or something along those lines. This could also be a boss I'm getting. Again, you have that High Honor card showing up here. So maybe you have that. This other card says a sincere wish will be granted. It's kind of like popping into my head that some of you, if you're like asking for a raise or a promotion, that things are kind of going in your favor and you could be getting a raise or a promotion. You have this December card and you have this feather. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. This is a very specific message. I feel like if you've been giving someone a bunch of chances, it's time to stop giving them chances. I don't know why I have this popping into my head, but it's popping into my head as like a contractor or something, like someone who's doing work on your home. It's like I feel like you keep having to get them to show up or something like that. I don't know, very specific. That might only be for one of you. But again, if you keep going back and forth with a person and they're just not doing what they're supposed to be doing, I feel like this is saying like stop wasting time. It's time to get someone else. But this goes for any area of your life. Again, I feel like if someone keeps making empty promises, that you need to get rid of this person. I know December is coming up here, but I almost feel like it's saying you could get ahead of this right now. Again, if you have a person right now in your life who's making empty promises, I wouldn't wait until December, right? But this looks pretty good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.